It's a tiny piece of copper, a coin many people overlook. But what if I told you this small cent could actually be worth a life-changing amount of money? Yes, I'm talking about the legendary 1977 Lincoln penny, and in today's video, we're unlocking the full story behind this iconic United States coin, how it went from a common cent to a collector's dream, and why some rare versions of it are now fetching up to $99,000 in the coin market. So buckle up, because this is not just a coin, it's a piece of American history. And your next big payday might just be jingling in your change jar. Let's get started. In 1977, the United States was moving into a new age. Technological progress, economic transitions, and cultural evolution were shaping the nation. Amid this, the Denver Mint was striking one of the most recognizable and widely circulated coins in the country, the Lincoln cent. Now, let's rewind even further. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909, marking the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the very first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real historical person rather than a symbolic figure of liberty. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse of the coin features a side profile of President Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of unity, leadership, and justice. Now fast forward to 1977. By this time, Lincoln cents had been circulating for nearly 70 years. But the 1977 D, minted in Denver, holds a special place. Over 4.2 billion of these coins were struck that year, making it seem like a pretty common coin, right? Well, not so fast. Because in the world of numismatics, rarity is only one part of the equation. Condition, errors, variations, and historical significance play a huge role in determining a coin's value. And this is exactly where the 1977 D Lincoln penny becomes fascinating. Let's talk mint marks. The D in 1977 D refers to the Denver Mint, one of the three main U.S. mints along with Philadelphia and San Francisco. The Denver Mint has long been known for producing high volumes of coins, but once in a while, something extraordinary happens, a striking error, a unique die variety, or an ultra-rare condition, and suddenly a regular penny becomes an incredibly valuable collectible. So what are collectors looking for in the 1977 D penny? First, high-grade examples, coins that were never used, stayed in mint condition, and kept their sharp detail and luster. These are often graded by third-party services like PCGS and NGC, and the highest-graded examples are extremely rare. Next, we have the legendary error coins. These are the holy grails of collecting. Some 1977 D Lincoln cents have been discovered with dramatic off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, or even transitional metal errors, mistakes that happen during the minting process but somehow sneak past quality control. These oddities are highly sought after by collectors and investors alike, and they can skyrocket the value of a coin from a single cent to tens of thousands of dollars. But here's the kicker. There are only a handful of these pristine or error 1977 D Lincoln cents known to exist in high-grade condition, and when they come up for auction, the bidding wars can get intense. Now here's where things get really exciting. Imagine this, you're sorting through an old box of coins, or maybe just going through your daily pocket change, and you spot a 1977 D penny. To the untrained eye, it looks ordinary. But on closer inspection, it's flawless. No scratches. Deep red luster. Razor-sharp details on Lincoln's hair, coat, and the lettering around the rim. You send it off for grading, and it comes back as MS-67 red or better. Boom. You've struck gold. Such a coin can fetch tens of thousands of dollars at auction, with one top-graded example recently being valued at a staggering $99,000 due to its ultra-high condition and rarity. Yes, you heard that right. $99,000 for a single penny. That's the price of a luxury car. That's a down payment on a home. That's a once-in-a-lifetime vacation. And what's crazier? These coins are still out there. They're in circulation. They're tucked in drawers. They're sitting in your local bank rolls, waiting to be discovered by someone who knows what to look for. Now, let's break it down. What exactly should you look for? The mint mark. Make sure it has the D for Denver below the date. Condition. The redder and shinier the penny, the better. Collectors pay top dollar for red designations with no visible wear, error types. Look for doubling in the lettering, especially on "In God We Trust" or "Liberty," off-center strikes, or any abnormalities on the edge or surface. Professional grading. If you think you've found a gem, get it graded by a reputable service. A certified high grade is the difference between a $5 coin and a $50,000 one. Don't clean it. Cleaning a coin destroys its value. Keep it as is and handle it gently by the edges. Chapter 5. Current market values and real auction prices. According to recent market data and coin auction records, here's how the value of a 1977 Lincoln penny breaks down. Circulated condition, around 2 to 10 cents. Uncirculated, MS60 to MS63, $1 to $1.10. High mint state, MS65 to MS66, $50 to $500. MS67 red and above, $5,000 to $1.99. 000 plus the top tier coins, especially those with deep red color, no blemishes, and confirmed mint errors, can go well beyond expectations. Collectors from around the world are constantly bidding on these rare finds, pushing prices higher each year, and as the market for rare coins heats up, driven by passionate collectors, wealthy investors, and global demand, the value of these once forgotten pennies continues to climb. Chapter 6. Why you should start looking today. This is your moment. You don't need a metal detector or a treasure map. All you need is knowledge, a keen eye, and maybe a little patience. The 1977 Lincoln penny is one of those coins that blends rich American history with modern-day excitement. It's more than just copper and zinc. It's a reminder that even the smallest things in life can hold incredible value. So go check those coin jars. Dig through your drawers. Ask your friends and family if they've got old change. You never know, your next big payday might just be one shiny 1977 penny away. Conclusion: like, share, and subscribe for more hidden treasures. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the mysterious and money-making world of the 1977 Lincoln cent, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We've got more amazing coin stories, shocking values, and jaw-dropping discoveries coming your way every week. Have you ever found a rare penny? Let us know in the comments. Your story might just be featured in our next video. That brings you hidden gems from your pocket change. Today's episode is going to blow your mind because we're diving deep into one of the most iconic and often overlooked coins in American history, the 1978 Lincoln cent. Yes, that tiny copper coin sitting in your old piggy bank or jammed between your couch cushions might just be worth a fortune. We're talking up to $87,000. That's right, nearly $90,000 for a single penny. Sounds crazy? Well, stick around, because the story behind the 1978 Lincoln penny is as rich as its potential value. So get ready, because we're peeling back the layers of American coinage history, diving into the striking details of this small but mighty coin, and breaking down exactly what makes the 1978 Lincoln penny so rare, valuable, and totally worth your attention. Let's get into it. Part 1. Deep History of the Lincoln Penny. Let's rewind the clock. The Lincoln penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, was first minted in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States and a symbol of unity, strength, and freedom. This was actually the first U.S. coin to feature the portrait of a real person, a big move at the time in the world of numismatics. The design was created by Victor David Brenner, a sculptor whose initials VDB became the center of a major controversy when they were prominently displayed on the reverse of the 1909 coin. Although his initials were removed shortly after, they were later brought back discreetly under Lincoln's shoulder. For decades, the Lincoln cent remained a staple of American currency. It survived the Great Depression, World War II, and countless economic changes. In 1959, the reverse was changed from the original wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial, in honor of the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. That memorial reverse design stuck around until 2008, making coins from this period instantly recognizable, which brings us to 1978, a year of change, style, disco, and economic uncertainty. But it was also a year that quietly produced one of the most valuable modern coins in circulation today. Part 2. The 1978 Lincoln Penny. Design and composition. The 1978 Lincoln Penny features the classic image of Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Brenner, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo. The inscriptions read, "In God We Trust, Liberty, the year 1978," and on the reverse, "United States of America, e pluribus unum," and 1 cent. But while the design may look similar to other pennies of the era, it's the fine details and rare variations that make this coin a true treasure. Back in 1978, pennies were composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving them a solid feel and a slightly heavier weight than the post-1982 zinc pennies. Copper prices were rising, and the U.S. Mint would soon switch compositions to keep costs down. That's why copper-based coins from the 1970s are becoming increasingly desirable. Part 3. How can a 1978 penny be worth $87,000? Alright, let's get into the serious cash. How on earth can a 1-cent coin from 1978 be worth $87,000 today? The answer lies in rarity, errors, and condition. Not every 1978 penny is worth thousands, but there are some extremely rare examples that send collectors into bidding wars. Here's what can make your 1978 penny skyrocket in value. 1. Mint errors. These are the crown jewels of coin collecting. Errors like double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, and die cracks make a coin unique, and sometimes, incredibly valuable. A 1978 penny with a strong double die obverse can fetch tens of thousands of dollars. And one ultra-rare example with multiple striking errors reportedly sold for a staggering $87,000 at auction. 2. Mint state condition. Graded MS67 plus or higher. Grading plays a major role in determining a coin's value. Coins in mint state, especially those graded MS65, MS66, MS67 or higher, are pristine, no scratches, no wear, straight from the mint. These gems are rare and can sell for hundreds to thousands of dollars, even without errors. 3. Full red luster. Lincoln cents are graded based on their color: brown, BN, red-brown, RB, and full red RD. A 1978 penny with blazing red luster and flawless surfaces is extremely rare. Combine that with a mint error or high grade, and you've got yourself a small fortune in copper. Part 4. Circulation and numbers. Over 5.5 billion Lincoln cents were minted in 1978, 4.28 billion in Philadelphia, no mint mark, 4.3 billion in Denver, with a D mint mark, and over 1.8 billion in San Francisco for proof sets only. SOES. They're common in general. But out of billions, only a few were struck with rare errors or survived in high grade, untouched condition. It's like finding a diamond in a sea of pebbles. Part 5. Market value and recent sales. Let's talk money. What's the market saying today? A typical circulated 1978 penny. Just 1 cent a crisp, uncirculated example? You might get a few dollars. A red luster MS66. Expect $200 to $800, depending on the market. A verified double die error in MS65 plus? $10,000 to $35,000. And the ultra-rare, jaw-dropping error with full red luster and flawless surfaces? Up to $87,000. One sold at a major auction house for just under that amount in a fierce collector bidding war. That's a life-changing penny. A forgotten coin in a junk drawer, worth more than some cars. Part 6. How to find one and what to look for. Now you're probably asking, how do I find one? Here's what you do. Go through your old change jars, piggy banks, and inherited coin collections. Use a magnifying glass and check for doubling on the date, Liberty, and In God We Trust. Look for off-center strikes, struck through grease errors, or anything that looks off. Visit a local coin shop and ask for 1978 rolls. Yes, you can still find treasures there. If you think you've got a gem, send it for grading to a trusted company like PCGS or NGC.so. There you have it, folks. The 1978 Lincoln penny, a coin most people overlook, but one that could secretly be worth $87,000 or more. From its rich history tied to one of America's greatest presidents, to its unique errors and copper composition, this coin is a true collector's prize. If you learned something new today or feel inspired to start checking your own change, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update on rare coins that could be hiding in plain sight. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin, or if you're going to check your pennies after watching this video. And remember, sometimes it's the smallest things that bring the biggest surprises. Where every coin has a story, and every cent could be your next fortune. Today's episode is going to blow your mind because we're diving deep into the legendary and mysterious 1992 Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right. This isn't just any ordinary penny lying in your change jar. This particular coin has stunned collectors and numismatists across the world, with a jaw-dropping value reaching up to $12,000 in the current market. So buckle up, grab your magnifying glass, and let's unlock the secrets behind this rare US coin that has taken the collecting world by storm. Let's set the stage with a bit of fascinating history. The Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln penny, has been in continuous production since 1909, making it the longest-running coin design in US history. It was first issued to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and it marked a monumental moment. It was the very first U.S. coin to bear the portrait of an American president. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent replaced the Indian head cent, and the obverse side, featuring the profile of President Lincoln, has remained largely unchanged for over a century. Over the decades, various reverse designs have been introduced, from the original wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959, and later to the shield design in 2010. But today, we're not just talking about the overall Lincoln penny history, we're zeroing in on one incredibly specific and rare version, the 1992 Lincoln penny. So what makes the 1992 Lincoln cent so special? Let's talk specifics. In 1992, the United States Mint produced Lincoln cents at the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, and the Denver Mint, D mint mark. Most of these pennies are common and still floating around in everyday circulation, easily dismissed as worth just a single cent. But there's a tiny, almost imperceptible detail that separates the ultra-rare 1992 variety from the rest, and that detail is found in the words, close AM. That's right, on the reverse side of the penny, beneath the majestic Lincoln Memorial, you'll find the words, United States of America, and the iconic national motto, E pluribus unum. But if you look closer, you'll also notice the word, America, has two important letters, the A and the M. On most 1992 cents, there's a noticeable gap between those two letters. But on the rare and valuable 1992 penny, the A and M are nearly touching. This variety is known as the 1992 Close AM Lincoln cent, and it's an absolute gem in the world of rare coins. The reason this particular penny is worth so much is because it was never meant to exist. The Close AM reverse was actually intended for use starting in 1993, not 1992. Somehow, a few reverse dies meant for the following year made their way into the production line a year early, creating one of the most sought-after mint errors in Lincoln cent history. To put it simply, this coin is a modern-day treasure. It's a minting mistake that turned into a goldmine for anyone lucky enough to find it. And only a handful of these 1992 Close AM pennies have ever been confirmed to exist. Now let's talk money, because this little penny is no joke when it comes to market value. In August 2012, a high-grade example of the 1992 D Close AM penny was sold at auction for a mind-blowing $20,700. Another specimen graded MS67 read by PCGS sold for $12,000. And more continue to fetch five-figure prices as collectors compete to own a piece of modern minting history. Even lower-grade examples, such as those in AU or XF condition, can sell for several hundred to a few $1,000s depending on their visual appeal and rarity. Simply put, if you have a 1992 penny in your coin jar, it's worth taking a closer look. A small detail could turn your 1-cent coin into a five-figure payday. Let's break down how you can spot this treasure. Here's what to look for. Flip the coin to the reverse side. Look closely at the word America. Is there a noticeable gap between the A and the M? If so, that's the wide AM, which is common. If the A and M are nearly touching, congratulations. You may have found the rare closed AM variety. Of course, before you get too excited, always get your coin authenticated and graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Authenticity and condition are everything when it comes to maximizing your coin's value. Let's put things into perspective. We're living in an era where many people never carry cash, let alone check their coins. That's why coins like the 1992 closed AM Lincoln penny often go unnoticed. They slip by in circulation, hidden in drawers, or forgotten in coffee cans on garage shelves. But to those of us who know what to look for, these coins are modern-day artifacts. Symbols of a unique time in minting history. And more importantly, they're a potential goldmine just waiting to be discovered. With only a few dozen known examples across the country, every time someone finds another one, it creates a ripple of excitement in the numismatic world. Because coins like this are more than metal, they're rare, valuable, and incredibly collectible. So here's the big question: could you be sitting on a small fortune? Right now, collectors and investors are on the hunt, offering thousands for these pennies, especially those in top condition. The current market value for a 1992 closed AM penny can range anywhere from $1,000 to over $12,000, depending on its grade and luster. And if you're lucky enough to own a 1992 D close AM in pristine mint state, you might just be holding a piece worth more than $20,000. Final scene: uplifting music builds as viewer-submitted coin photos are shown. Host: so, what are you waiting for? Go check your change jars, look in your glove compartments, dive into that old drawer full of coins you haven't touched in years. The 1992 close AM penny is out there, quietly hiding in plain sight. And who knows? You might just be the next lucky collector to cash in on this unbelievable piece of American coinage history. If you enjoyed this video and want more rare coin tips, facts, and deep dives into the world of numismatics, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you never miss another episode. My fellow coin collectors, history lovers, and treasure hunters, today, we're diving deep into one of the most overlooked yet incredibly valuable coins circulating right now. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about the 2006 Lincoln penny, the one that says, "In God We Trust," on the front, a coin most people toss aside or stash in jars. But what if I told you that one of these tiny copper beauties is worth a jaw-dropping $111,000? That's right, a single penny from 2006, the same year Google bought YouTube and Twitter was launched, could be sitting in your change, completely unnoticed, and it could change your life. Make sure to stick around to the very end because I'm going to tell you exactly what to look for, the types of errors and rarities that make these coins skyrocket in value, and how you can potentially cash in on your very own penny treasure. Let's get started. Chapter 1: The Legacy of the Lincoln Penny, 1 to 330. The Lincoln penny holds a special place in American history. First minted in 1909, it was introduced to celebrate the 100th birthday of our 16th President, Abraham Lincoln, the great emancipator, the leader who held the Union together during the Civil War. It was also the first U.S. coin to feature the portrait of a real person. Before Lincoln appeared on the penny, American coins bore allegorical figures like Liberty, but President Theodore Roosevelt wanted a coin that truly honored a great American hero. So the Lincoln cent was born, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, and instantly became one of the most iconic coins in the world. Over the decades, the Lincoln penny has gone through a few changes. The wheat ears on the reverse were replaced by the Lincoln Memorial in 1959, marking the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Then, in 2009, we saw 4 special designs commemorating different stages of Lincoln's life. But the 2006 Lincoln penny, oh, that one, that's a hidden gem with a fascinating story. Chapter 2: The 2006 Lincoln penny, what makes it special? 3:30 to 6 o'clock. So what makes the 2006 penny so special? At first glance, it looks like your ordinary coin. You've got Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse. Above him, the phrase, "In God We Trust," stands out, a phrase deeply rooted in American heritage and first appearing on coins in the 1800s. To Lincoln's left, the word, "Liberty," and to the right, the date 2006, with a tiny mint mark below it, usually a D for Denver or a P for Philadelphia. Flip it over, and there it is, the Lincoln Memorial, beautifully detailed, with the words, "United States of America," and 1 cent. Sounds pretty standard, right? But here's where the story gets exciting. Certain 2006 Lincoln pennies were struck with errors, anomalies, and rare characteristics that collectors go crazy for. We're talking about misaligned dies, double dies, off-center strikes, missing letters, and most importantly, coins struck on the wrong planchets. And when one of these rare error coins appears in top condition, collectors are willing to pay big money. And by big, I mean 6 figures. Chapter 3, The Big Money, $111,000 for a penny? 6 to 930, that's right. Some 2006 Lincoln pennies have fetched values as high as $111,000 at auctions and private sales.so. What does a penny have to look like to command that kind of cash? Let me tell you. Imagine a 2006 penny struck on a dime planchet. That means the coin was accidentally struck on a smaller, silver-colored blank meant for a dime instead of a copper-plated zinc penny. These errors are extremely rare. Then there are double die obverse varieties, where Lincoln's features or the inscriptions like, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty," are doubled, causing a dramatic visual effect. These coins can bring in thousands, and in pristine, uncirculated condition with no wear, even more. And then, there's the Holy Grail, a 2006 penny that combines multiple errors, is graded at MS69 or MS70 by a major grading service like PCGS or NGC, and has perfect eye appeal. Only a few of these exist, and one recently sold for a staggering $111,000. Chapter 4, What to Look For, 930 to 1300 hours. Alright, so now your heart is probably racing. You're wondering if you've got one of these pennies hiding in your drawer. So here's exactly what to look for when examining your 2006 Lincoln pennies. Mint mark. Look closely for a clear D or P. Sometimes you'll see a weak strike, a filled-in mint mark, or even a missing mint mark, which could be an error. Double die errors. Use a magnifying glass and examine the words, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty." If they appear doubled, thickened, or slightly shadowed, jackpot. Off-center strikes. If Lincoln's face isn't centered properly or part of the design is missing, that's a valuable error. Wrong planchet. If your penny looks silver instead of copper and weighs closer to a dime, about 2.27 grams instead of 2.5, it might have been struck on a dime planchet. That's extremely rare and valuable. Condition, condition, condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. Pennies in mint state with little to no scratches, no wear, and bright luster are highly sought after. If you think you have something special, send it to a professional grading service. A small fee might turn into a life-changing return. Chapter 5, Why These Coins Are Gaining Popularity, 13 to 1600 hours. Now, here's the part that's making this story go viral. The market for collectible coins is exploding. With inflation, digital currency taking over, and people seeking tangible assets, rare coins are hotter than ever. Collectors and investors are constantly hunting for the next big find, and modern era coins like the 2006 Lincoln penny are leading the charge. Social media platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram are buzzing with coin hunting videos, stories of massive finds, and people showing off coins they picked up from pocket change that turned out to be worth tens of thousands of dollars. The 2006 penny, once thought to be just another ordinary coin, is now one of the most talked about and searched for coins online. Why? Because it's out there. In circulation. Right now. Waiting to be found. Chapter 6, Tips for Coin Hunters, 16 to 1830. If you want to start hunting for valuable coins like the 2006 Lincoln penny, here are a few tips to get started. Check every coin you come across, especially when getting change. Roll hunt. Get rolls of pennies from your local bank and go through them. Use proper lighting and a magnifying tool for a clear view. Join online coin forums and Facebook groups. Many collectors share tips and post pictures of what to look for. Keep a coin reference guide or use a coin identification app to compare what you find. This is a hobby that can pay big time. Chapter 7 Final Thoughts. Your penny might be a treasure, 1830 to 2000 hours. The 2006 Lincoln penny may be one of the most underrated coins of our time. But hidden among the billions minted are a few rare examples that could be worth over $100,000. So don't ignore your change. Don't toss those pennies into the couch cushions or donate that jar without looking through it. You might be holding the next $111,000 coin in the palm of your hand. Remember, the value of a coin isn't just in the metal. It's in the story, the rarity, the condition, and the eyes of collectors who know just how much these little pieces of history are truly worth. If you enjoyed this video and you're ready to dig into more hidden treasures from your pocket change, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss another chance to strike gold with your coins. Where we dive deep into the hidden world of rare and valuable coins that might just be sitting in your pocket change right now. And today, we're talking about a true American classic, a coin that has turned heads in the collecting world and is currently valued at a jaw-dropping $76,000 in the collector's market. That's right. We're talking about the 1967 Lincoln penny, a seemingly ordinary coin that's become extraordinarily desirable to collectors across the world. So sit tight, because we're about to uncover the deep history, the hidden secrets, the collector craze, and the unbelievable value behind this small copper treasure. And don't forget to check your change, because you might just be holding a fortune in your hands. Let's get started. The legacy of the Lincoln penny, a symbol of American pride. Before we dive into the 1967 version, let's rewind and look at the big picture, the Lincoln cent itself. The Lincoln penny has been in continuous circulation since 1909, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. The coin was originally introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the original Lincoln wheat penny marked the first time a U.S. president's face appeared on a circulating American coin. Fast forward to 1959, and the reverse design changed to honor Lincoln's legacy even further, swapping the wheat stalks for the iconic Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. That reverse remained in place all the way until 2008. Now, why is the 1967 Lincoln penny particularly special? Well, let's break it down. 1967, a year of transition and rarity. The year 1967 wasn't just any year for the U.S. Mint. It was a time of transition, experimentation, and scarcity. In the mid-1960s, the U.S. was facing a coin shortage and massive public hoarding of silver coins. In response, the Mint temporarily suspended the use of mint marks from 1965 through 1967. That means every penny minted in 1967 looks virtually the same in terms of location. There's no P, D, or S mark to tell you where it was struck. But here's the twist. Because the Mint was focused on producing as many coins as possible to combat the shortage, quality control wasn't always perfect. That led to mint errors, die varieties, and oddities that have become incredibly valuable in today's coin market. Why the 1967 Lincoln penny is so valuable. So what makes a 1967 Lincoln penny worth $76,000 today? It's not just the age, it's the combination of rarity, condition, errors, and collector demand. Let's dive into the key factors. 1. Mint errors and die varieties. Some 1967 Lincoln pennies contain dramatic minting errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or struck-through grease errors. These mistakes during production can drastically increase a coin's value. One of the most sought-after varieties is the 1967 double die obverse (DDO). On these coins, you'll notice doubling in the lettering like "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." If you see that, congratulations, you might be holding a super rare piece. 2. High-grade condition. Coins are graded from poor, P1, to mint state, MS70. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. A 1967 Lincoln penny in MS67 red, meaning it has full original red luster and no wear, is extremely rare. These coins are often found in sealed coin sets, untouched by circulation. In top-tier condition, this penny has been known to fetch over $76,000 at auction, especially if combined with a rare mint era .3. Full red coloration. Lincoln cents come in 3 general color designations: red, RD, red-brown, RB, and brown, BN. Red coins, especially from earlier days, from 1 cent to $76,000. Now let's talk about today's coin market. We are currently in a golden age of numismatics. Collectors, investors, and even